Hello and welcome to Battle with the Best of Them here with Dr. Gakman. I want to start off with my blogger first. So you go to my blogger and you will see now under Nintendo Agenda, I'm trying to clean things up under the Battle with the Best of Them Pokemon Go. It's all one page now. So my infographics are at the top. Then I have stuff about friendship and community day preparation, shiny tips, beginner's tips, organizing tips, speculation near towards the bottom. And at the very bottom, there's going to be links. Now, this is all under construction. So keep that in mind. I have greatly streamed down some stuff. The last thing that I was working on was my organizing tips. The infographics is something that I have to do constantly because there's always something new coming along. But yeah, this is current events, research, spotlight hours, raids, and eggs. They're at the top. Basically, current stuff. And then under that is special research, infographics. And then under that is general tips, which is more permanent stuff. Sometimes they change slightly here and there, and in which case I will replace those graphics. But yeah, there you go. And then I talk about friendship and how, the people that I'm one interaction away from leveling up with, and my lucky friends currently. And then I will go in more in depth on, the stuff that I'm looking to trade to complete a lucky dex or a shiny dex or whatever. And then community day preparation. I'm still working on this for the next community day in January. This month is going to be Machop. So then I have notes about the CCP flu and marking some stuff in red that's changed because of that. I need to do more editing, of course, and do stuff about the nominees, and I do stuff about speculation of future community days. That's, here's shiny tips. I need to up this today, actually. Probably shouldn't be showing you this now. But there's the infographic that you can get from Leak Duck's site, where he's got like a checklist of all the shinies that you can get. And you can go through the checklist and say which ones that you've had or have. I don't evolve mine until I, have enough for the entire family. So blah, blah, blah. That way I can find out which one is the best one before I evolve it up. Or if it's a male-female thing, or, just saving the best to actually evolve and yada, yada, yada. Beginner's tips, I'm going to actually do videos, which means I might change the format of these videos that I do every month. They were every week before, and then I moved them to every month just to make it easier for me. I may start doing it to where, when I'm showing off either glitches or pictures or my Pokemons. Instead, I'm going to do actual, more tips, because there's a lot of new people still playing the game, or who have gotten back into it or whatever. And that's going to be here in the beginner's tips. And I have organizing tips, which I definitely greatly edited here. And I have all of these graphics that you could actually, well, not graphics, but symbols and characters that you can copy and paste into Pokemon Go, and they would actually work. And then I have examples of, what to do. This is stuff that I need to edit right here. Stuff that just doesn't matter anymore. That's going to be greatly edited here. This, I think I need to change because it's kind of, it's the speculation basically, but it's data mining, speculation theories and ideas. And this I definitely need to update. There's a lot of old information that just doesn't matter anymore. But I talk about potential new Pokemon that are coming to the game, new moves, new features, stuff that has been hinted at on different resources for changes to the game. And then I'm going to have my own ideas and theories and speculation on what they should or could do, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. So, and then at the very bottom, I'm going to have, links to PvP Poke, to Leak Duck, to PokéAK, who I think is a really good YouTuber, showing, how they go. And I mean, these people are making money doing this through ads or through, like ad revenue or, their own web pages and their own YouTube channels that have, thousands of subscribers and stuff like that. I'm not that level, and I really am not seeking to be that level because this is not a job. I mean, this I'm doing for fun. And it is kind of a job in a way, but at the same time, it's like I'm doing it, I guess, just as much for myself as I am for other people. So I already spent way too much time on that, but yes, that is my new blogger. I've combined all of the pages that I have for Pokemon Go into one page. Pretty big page, and it's gonna get smaller in some areas, and it's gonna get bigger in others. And have more graphics, more written stuff, and more videos that I'm gonna embed specifically in here to go over, tips and blah blah blah. Which means again that I might change my format for how I do these videos. Now, what I've been doing for several months when I started going monthly with this is I go in and I show you the pictures that I take in the game. Now, a lot of these pictures are going to be, for the actual buddy and all that kind of stuff. So just skip past those. This is rare to find in the wild. That's rare to find in the wild. That's super rare to find in the wild. That's rare to find in the wild. I do that. I take pictures of stuff that's rare to find in the wild, glitches, new features, and exciting things that I think are worth taking a picture of while I'm playing the game, and then I go over them at the end of the month. I may change the format of that. I'm not too sure yet. Already talking too much about that. But here's something that was added, and we'll see later on in an infographic that explains it. There's Battle Together is now 3 hearts instead of just 1, so that's cool. That's rare to find in the wild, and he is gigantic. It'd be so cool to see I mean, I guess you could if you make it your buddy, Whale Lord, in the wild. That'd be nuts. Raichu in the wild, that's rare. Now, I've only seen Raichu in the wild a couple times. Usually it's some kind of weird event or whatever, but I do think that they were trying to... they're experimenting with the weather aspect, and they have this new thing. It's about seasons, so certain Pokemon will just be showing up more. Then they introduce Gen 6, and everybody wants Froakie. Of course, that's the rarest one to find. Cheespins are everywhere, the grass type, and Finnekins are they're harder to find, but they're not as hard as Froakie here. Froakie is the water type, and Finnegan is the fire type. And my very first Froakie, very low CP, very low level here. That's how you can tell the levels over here. But it actually was a battle with the best of them, so that's kind of good. And then that's rare to find in the wild. Another rare one in the wild. This, I'm not too sure what I was taking a picture of. I think it was Gen 6, and they have confetti going through the air. Now, when they have certain events, especially like Go Fest or whatever, they have this confetti and stuff just going through the air, and it's kind of, some people are like, what's going on? I just, in case you didn't know that, that's what that is. Usually a celebration of new Pokemon coming out. Now, Sarah is level 41, and I'm not. Well, in this picture anyway. I've grown in level since then. But they've increased the cap to 50. Go over that more and infographics, and other people have already talked about that in my blogger and stuff too. But yeah, we'll skip past these because I combine them all into one image to put onto my blogger. But now they have it to where they've I don't think that these are features that they're gonna take away. These are now permanent features. So they get more candy for the silver pineapple berry, the nanab berries, which they still haven't introduced the chocolate nanab yet, and I'm not too sure exactly how they're going to do that. We talked about that before in the past. I'm going to go into it even more on my blogger eventually someday. By the time that I probably start to talk about it more is when they'll actually introduce it. But yeah, they freeze Pokemon now, so there was still a chance, I guess, of them still jumping. Less of a chance of them attacking when you give them an nanab berry, but now there's like a lot less chance. Or they completely freeze, they say. Bonus Stardust for seasons now. So seasonal Pokemon, they'll give you even more Stardust when you catch them. Blah, blah, blah. Buddy Adventure, now, like it says here, it says you can get 3 hearts instead of 1 for battling. So that's cool. Now the battles include if you've got your buddy in your team for attacking a gym, for I think for doing a raid, I think for doing Go Battle League, but definitely for battling a gym. I don't think it used to be like that, but now it is. Or at least I've had instances where it didn't work that way, but the battling the gym was the easiest way to do it because every time that Pokemon, if it's your first Pokemon that you send into the gym, it'll count in a battle, and if it battles 3 different Pokemon, you got 3 hearts, boom. Your buddy can now more easily be excited, and I've noticed that. I haven't gone out of my way to try to make it excited. I've been so busy with work and everything. I think really what you want to do is if it gets excited, either through the, what do you call it, the Poffin item, or getting it excited the work way, like interacting with it over and over again. You have to interact with it less now to get to that point. Also, the silver pineapple berry I think gives half the bar full. It was half for both of these, but then they make it full for the golden raspberries now, which is I think they were tinkering with this when they did this, but either way, it's a lot easier to, if you have a bunch of golden raspberries, to just give that to your buddy to get it on the field with you and fill up its tummy, I guess. And then more XP for certain activities. Now, they were doing this before the end of the year because they wanted everybody, or most people, to get to level 40. When you get to 40 before the end of the year, you got this special research. It was Legacy 40 people. I think that's still going if you open the research, but if you missed it before the end of this year, or end of 2020, you can't get that Legacy special research, unfortunately. But these were things that they were increasing everything to. A lot of these things were like double or even triple, like this one. 7-day streak of a catch in Pokestop is 2,000. Then it was increased to 6,000. So I always get the 7-day. If I'm going to be playing this game all the time, which I do, might as well take advantage of it the most I can. And yeah, there you go. Extra large candy. They say it's completely random, but from what I've experienced personally, you have a higher chance of getting it an extra large candy when you catch a Pokemon that maybe has a high CP, or is weather boosted, or is actually a fat or overweight or extra large Pokemon. I say that, but but when your gym leader or your team leader, when you go to appraise them, they'll be, that's a huge, they'll do that, and it's kind of funny. And then there's rare extra candy that are extra large too, and it says not widely available yet. So I don't know if it's because they're just rolling it out slowly. I don't know exactly, but And then I have noticed also, if you get an extra large candy when you catch that Pokemon, or hatching is another thing. I've gotten 6 extra large candy from hatching one Pokemon, and the Pokemon wasn't particularly big or good or anything like that. But when you transfer them, it seems like when you get an extra large candy for catching it or hatching it, you also get one. Not always, but you also get one for transferring too. So it's good to catch a lot. It certainly encourages you to catch a lot more so you can get a lot more candy and chances of extra large candy. So, and then you can also convert the candy, but wow, you have to have a lot. Definitely, there's a level in the game to, or for your trainer level, that requires you to have completely maxed out Pokemon. And the great thing is that if you're at level 40, like this says, it says power up Pokemon more times than before. It's basically saying that you can increase your Pokemon's level to level 50. So if you're level 40, then you can go all the way to 50. If you're not level 40, let's say you're 30, you can still get your Pokemon up to 40 on its spectrum, on its the CP amount that you can get from powering it up all the way. But when you're level 40, you can already max it out completely at 50, even if you aren't 50, as long as you're 40 or higher. So, and then there's updates, miscellaneous things. Giving a Pokemon a berry and a gem, get you more Stardust. More Stardust in the Adventure Sync rewards, and Smeargle shows up more. And I have had him show up more. So I was trying to do a distance trade, but they've gotten rid of the distance trading. They're going to be bringing it back soon, though. And it's supposed to be increased to 40 kilometers, which is like something like, what is that, like over 10 miles? I don't know, 15? I don't know. But yeah, speaking of Smeargle, there he is. CP10, garbage. 2021, that's why I captured that one. I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, there was something that I was taking a picture of here, and I couldn't see what it was. This was, I think it was because I was confused. Now, when you have a lure going on a stop, it'll show the Pokemon, even if you walk away from that, as long as it spawned before you walked away, it'll show that lure there, just kind of like an incense one, or like your daily catch Pokemon, or a photobomb Pokemon. It'll appear where it was, and it'll stay on the map even if you're super far away from it. So I'm too far away to see any of the spawns around here, but I can still see that Mischievous, right? But it's also showing up on the radar, which usually incense and lure and, well, definitely incense don't, but the lure Pokemon usually don't show up on radar. So maybe there was a second one over there. I don't know if that's why I took that picture or not. I can't remember, but and then there was a Turtwig. I'm not too sure why I took a picture of that. Vaporeon in the wild, that's rare. The Whoopers started going crazy. Now, this was during, and they need to do this more, these events that they have that are like coincide with other events. It'd be cool if they could coincide it with certain things like Animal Crossing and other games. Because sometimes you can play Animal Crossing on your TV or your Switch, and you could also be simultaneously playing Pokemon Go, since it's it's like a perpetual, always playing game. Even when you have it in your pocket and you have the screen off, you can still be playing it, technically. But these Whoopers were everywhere during an event. The event was the Video Game Awards, which I wrote a review for on my blogger. So, well, not a review, but, some things that I noticed about it and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So, and then it tells you, hey, yeah, Whoopers are showing up everywhere. I did not get a shiny one, though. So, but blah, blah, blah. Woobat, I don't know why I took a picture of that. Maybe it was because I thought it was rare. That's rare in the wild, too. Froakie, I'd already finally caught one, and I was catching this one. Wasn't very good. Caught a Deerling along the way. This is the winter Deerling. Wasn't very good, so I wasn't going to evolve it. Plus, I only got the one. There was a stop here, and I'm not too sure where this was. I think it was a new stop that had been made. And then I leveled up to 41. These were all the Whoopers I was transferring after the Whooper thing. It was for a day. It was like during a little bit during the video game awards themselves, which I stayed at work to watch because I knew if I would have went all the way home or waited, because it started before we closed, so I started it at work and then stayed after ate and was doing the Whoopers at the same time. So, but transferred 174 of those. That was awesome. I posted this for people to help them because I think on level 42, I can't remember which level it is, but at one of the newer levels, you have to evolve each of the different Eevees to, and it was funny because I hadn't done the name trick with these two, and I wasn't near lure, so I finally did it. I did all the name tricks for these, and that's what this is going over too. But then I just randomly, I always save my Eevees back because that just seems to be one of those ones that, eventually some event or some task is going to ask you to evolve a Pokemon or whatever, and I'm always trying to make the best of each form of it. But I was already walking tons of Eevees, made a couple of them best buds already. I think I have like 3 or 4 of them that are best buds. So I was like, oh, sweet. Then that made it easy for me to get an Espeon and an Umbreon. And that's what I did with this. This was actually a better one with a flower crown, so I was able to make a Glaceon with a flower crown that was actually battle with the best of them. So that's what I did that for. Grubhub, I think this was in the thing, and I don't know. They have these promotionals things in Pokemon Go sometimes, and it's kind of goofy. This gave me a white background. I'm not too sure what the deal was with that. But then no Pokemon were showing up. I don't know what the deal was around that time, but it was goofy. And then, yeah, I think this was on the actual community day, maybe. Yeah, 12:59, and then 1:05. That was goofy. I was not getting any spawns. So whatever. These were a bunch of Pokemon that I evolved or was saving back for community day. I put CD in front of them, and tons of them. And then I did evolve them up. Of course, a lot of these were from the 2017, 2018 community days, so they didn't get their moves when I evolved them all the way up, which is kind of sad. But a lot of them did. So there's that. Brainiac Bob Ross, I thought that was a cool name. And then I got a 10th best buddy. I think that was one, my Machamp, which is perfect and maxed, although it's not maxed to level 50, but it's maxed past 41, became my 10th best buddy. This was during the, I was at Delco. I was actually able to, on the second day, which was the Sunday before work, do some of the community day at a park, which I haven't been able to do in months. And I saw a Clawed Eagle there and had to run away. Then this was the community day catch 15 Weedle. I got stuck there and I had to continue to play the game all the way until the end of the night to get, because like it was designed, and I hated it that they did this. They had certain Pokemon show up more on the one day than the other day, and blah blah blah. So really, Saturday I did not get a chance to play as much to get my community day Pokemon. So I didn't get the 15 Weedle, but then no Weedles were spawning, and you'll see, or maybe you understand, or maybe you like if you were off those days, or you were able to really grind during the community days, then you had these done already. But I was still on the second page. And that was annoying. By the time we almost got out of work on Sunday, yeah, because it was 6 that we closed, and it was 5:55. Then I got a 10. That's how I was getting my super effective moves. I was taking over gyms for my that one next level. And then I got these. This was near towards the end of the event, which was, I think it's supposed to end at 10. And I got to 9:12 p.m. to finally finish that community day thing. So there was that 10 that I put in there too, by the way. It was a 3-star. It was a battle with the best of them, but and then Jesse and James came back. Had to take a picture of I think this was another case of, I had to take a picture of a grass type, and I always think that Sudowoodo and what is the babe, Bonsley, I always think that those are grass types, and they're not. They're freaking rock types, which is weird. But anyways, so I did get a grass type there. I can't remember what that thing was in the background. Maybe it was a show I was watching. I can't remember. And Dweebles were everywhere. That was cool. I did get a Rock and Roller. That was unbelievable. I still haven't evolved that one all the way up, by the way. And then this is a shiny one, so that was awesome. And you'll notice on here too that the male ones will show up sometimes as just regular Pokemon. And I discussed this in the last video. I'm already talking way too much. But I discussed this in the last video. Like, the females show up in the Pokédex, but not the males. So, they need to fix that. So, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you've got a female here that definitely shows up as a female. That one's a male, but it was, I don't know. It was one of those goofy things where, like, the Pokemon, every other one was showing up as the adventure suit or the adventure clothes or whatever. But anyways. Now, this is something that I noticed when they appeared like this, you got Meowth. And when they appeared like this, you got Wobbuffet. And I got tons of female Wobbuffets, but no shiny ones. I want a shiny male and female because the Wobbuffets, the female ones have lipstick, and I think that's kind of cool. When they have differences, for instance, there's a couple of the bird Pokemon, when you evolve them all the way up, they look different when they're male and female. So when there's shinies of those, I want to have a shiny of both the male and the female at the end because they look very different. Milotic is like that. It has long hair, ears, if it's female, and if it's got short if it's male. Rufflet, I don't think that one has a difference when you evolve it up. I don't know. One click away from perfect. And speaking of which, there's 202 Pokemon that are diamond, which that's what I referenced, the ones that are one click away from perfect. Then I got a Dweeble. Then I made the Dweeble family. I got a Crustle, shiny. You can barely tell the difference between shiny and regular Dweeble. It's like kind of like Pikachu. It's got like a tan. It's darker. Redder-ish instead of oranger-ish. But the Crustle is definitely a lot different. It's greenish instead of orangish. Then there's my tickets that I had gotten. That's rare to find in the wild. There's that Wobbuffet. Me working on my blogger. One of each egg. I've got a 7K and a 10K and a 5K and a what is this? Is these are 20, right? I can't remember. And a 2K. They should have other egg classes, in my opinion. 1Ks all the way up to like each number, I think. Maybe even legendary ones or whatever. Anyways, this I hate. It disgusts me. I think they did this when they had the Galar Yamask, where like you had to evolve it, or at least in the case of Galarian Mr. Mime, you have to evolve it before you can get the second one. You only get two. You can't choose which one you get to evolve to Mr. Rhyme, your better one. And of course, my first one sucked, and my second one was better. So, like, hopefully they make those available again. They'll probably do that again like they did with the Yamask, the Galarian Yamask. I only got one Galarian Yamask. Now, I think that there was events, or not events, but special research, or field research where you can get more, but I didn't get any. And then with Galarian Mr. Mime, there was only 2 that you got, and you had to evolve the 1 to get the second one. So that I don't like it when they do stuff like that. It's one thing if they want you to evolve it, but give 2 of them to you so that you can at least evolve the better of the 2. That's just my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. There's my version of Pokemon Go, because I was getting a little perturbed that I wasn't getting my 2 Amphrosts. That's rare. I wasn't getting my what was I talking about? Oh, my extra eggs, because they were opening that up for some people. Now it's opened up for everybody, where you get a bonus 3 egg slots for, and the only ones that would go in there are your red eggs from the Go Rocket team leaders, and the blue or purple eggs from your research breakthrough every week. And there's a Noibat. I got it. It sucked. I think that's the only one that I got. And there's a community day for Champ back there. So, and then all the bows, and then there's the ice cream one, which whatever. There's a Froakie I got as my permanent, or my daily spawn, so that was nice. I was trying to get another one of these. I have 2 of these, but again, it's another one of those cases where I don't want to make them until it has 2 different forms that it can evolve into that spread across 2 different generations. Frostlass, which is the female one, but you can evolve a female Snorunt into Glalie or Frostlass, but the male ones now, from now on, can only be Glalie. So I have a male one and a female one, but I want to get a third one just to find out what are the best 2 to evolve up to Glalie and Frostlass. So I really worked hard, but I was at work, so I couldn't really do it. There's a 666 Cubchoo and a 777 Finnegan. But I did not get a third Snorunt. Now, when they first did the weather change thing, that's when I got my second Snorunt ever, a shiny one. And they were freaking everywhere. It was almost like, it was, oh man, it was nuts. It was like, I don't know what they were doing with the weather thing. I think they were testing something, but like every spawn was that. And it wasn't because it was a community day, because it didn't have one. And it was even, there was, I mean, less of them out in the wild, like less spawn positions, but there was more of the Snorunts everywhere. I say Snorunt, I think it's Snowrunt. I don't know. During that weather change thing, that was just nuts. Okay. And then, speaking of Finnegan, I finally have a perfect one. I don't have a lucky one yet of the Gen 6 starters, but I do have a Gen 6 starter that is perfect, and that's Finnegan. So that's awesome. That was from a trade, by the way, and it was funny because it was a trade that became perfect, but it wasn't a lucky trade. So then I finally got my bonus storage for my eggs, and I was happy. I got a Vanillux, and of course, Green Onion Stick, he got a perfect one from a lucky trade, and I got a one click away from perfect. Now I've never seen this happen before. I think it was a glitch. I went out, went back in. I think it was still doing it, but it was like they gave us space right here. Usually they fill up from the top to the bottom, not from the bottom to the top, but whatever. And then there was that, and then I made that one into a perfect because when you have a shadow Pokemon, it goes up 2 clicks. 2 clicks when you, on each stat when you purify it. So I took a picture of this because that's rare to find in the wild, and I took a picture of this because they took away the stop. This is something that you need to be warned about. You are told to do the when you get the field research that tell you to scan a stop. Well, the problem is that there was no more flowers in the flower thing when I took a picture of that thing, of the flower pot that was in front of the Sprint. And I don't know if they have a grudge against Sprint, which is now T-Mobile, which is my provider. But anyways, besides that, they got rid of all the gyms. The promotion had ended, even though they're still continuing the promotion with Starbucks, but whatever. And I think that they're starting to do promotion with a different phone company here soon. I don't know. At least I've noticed that. It wasn't T-Mobile, of course, because that took over. It wasn't AT&T. It wasn't Verizon. Maybe it was Verizon. I think I saw an advertisement in Pokemon Go or around Pokemon Go for Verizon. Regardless, they took away that pot because I took pictures of it and there was no flowers in it anymore. And then, or I didn't take pictures of it, but, I scanned it like they tell you to. And it was, and I'm worried to scan anything else because I don't want to lose any more stops or any more gyms or whatever, because they deem it as, I really hate how they do this, because like you go to places or you see places in Japan and Taiwan and the Philippines and places that, they're big Pokemon Go spots, but so is America, and America's big and it's spread out and everything. But that doesn't mean that we should spread out all of our stops. I mean, you go to places like Disney World and other places like that, high concentrated cities like New York and Philadelphia and stuff like that, and there's stops everywhere. But then you go to places and they seem out of balance, like with the rest of the world, especially compared to America. Like there's hardly any stops anywhere. And when you try to get a stop submitted, it still just doesn't work, at least in my experience. Then I got a shiny shadow pincer, so that was nice. I still need to get these are all my shiny shadows. I've not gotten any from a team leader, Go Rocket team leader, but I have gotten them from Jesse and James, obviously. And the other one that I need to get is the shiny shadow Scyther. So, whatever. Bomb of Snow in the Wild, 29. And then I put it in a gym, just to be shitty. Pardon my language. Then I was talking about Raichus before. You find them in the wild. They're very rare. But here's the thing. Look at that. I've seen 114. I do not have an Alola. You can only get them from raids. Now, they may make it to where, kind of like with Alola Marowak, where they spawned in the wild during GoFest, they may make that happen next year. In fact, I really hope that they do, especially if I don't have a shiny one by then. I don't have a chocolate shiny Alola Surfing Raichu. I just don't. I've got, now when you get in your Pokédex, you can see the form, what it looks like in the shiny form, but I don't have one, personally. And I know that I haven't seen more than 14 Raichus in the wild. Definitely not Alola Raichu. They're not in the wild. I know I haven't seen more than 14 Raichus in the wild. But, so that means that I have seen over 100 in raids Alola Raichus, and none of them have been shiny. That's insanity, in my opinion. That's insanity. And it says purified here. I don't know if it just does that with all the Pokédex entries or whatever, but I didn't think Pikachu or Raichu could be Shadow yet. But maybe they're getting ready to be, or maybe that's just a mark that they have for everybody. 5 gifts to friends, blah, blah, blah. Back on Raichu, man, that just upsets me that I don't have a shiny Alola Raichu. And I know other people, they've got multiple ones. But, that's just the way it goes. Another 666, there it is. That's the end of the pictures. I have already talked way too much. Let's go into the game real quick. Done with that. Now it's going to have to restart the game, of course. We're going to go over my newer Pokemon that I've evolved through the Pokédex. And it's speaking of which, might as well go into the Pokédex and check that whether the Shadow and Purified are marked on all the Pokemon. I need to know that for myself. It's a good thing to know. We're going to go over the new costume Pokemon for the holidays and for New Year's. Let's check these Pokemon here real quick, though, first. Why is there a Combustion in here? Whee! Weirdo. Alright, nothing shiny here. Nothing on the radar there. There's the 2020. You know? There's that Wurmple. I want that. I'm probably going to leave here after this and go to do that. Okay. So, we need to go over my recent shinies. I got about 20 on the community days. I did. There was my second Snorunt. That was around the weather change thing that I said. This one was from a trade, and I thank Bacon's LZ very much. I've got tons of Bulbasaur, no female. I think I traded away a female a long time ago, not caring about the sex, and now the genders. I'm trying to, since getting so many community day Pokemon, might as well have one of each, you know, like boy and girl. So, in case they ever open up mating in the future. And then this was before the community day. And also before the community day. And then here's all my community day ones right here from C-Dot up. Tons of Magmar and Electabuzz. The only one that was really noteworthy was I got a Porygon that was Battle of the Best of them. So I evolved that one all the way up. It's actually just 4 clicks away from perfect. That was actually a really good one. That one I found in the wild. And then after Community Day, I got my Rock and Roller. I think there was some kind of event going on at that time, but whatever. Then there's Celebi, and it's almost as good as my my regular Celebi, which is my only Battle with the Best of them. I got my second Dweeble, which I already went over before. But then I got another Meowth. I think this one's better than the one that I had before, but I think I got one up for trade now. Finally got Stantler after a year of. I got that on Christmas Day, actually. And yeah, Rocket. I got a little Rocket note next to that, so that's kind of cool. Caught in the Wild. And then another Snover. I got tons of Snovers now. But yeah, let's check my mythicals real quick. So, of the shiny ones, I've got them all. Let's put these in order though. See, my Mew, not Battle with the Best of them. I don't have the star next to it. My Celebi, this one's 1378. Let's put these in order. And that one's 1377. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, and my Jirachi's no good. And then when I got Victini, it also wasn't Battle with the Best of them. So I'm really hoping that once they have their shiny forms come out, I'll get Battle with the Best of them of those. The only mythical, I've got this one. It's perfect. Of course. But yeah. Anyways, still don't have a perfect shiny though. Went through my shinies. Let's go through the costume ones. Got this Eevee. That was a Battle with the Best of them. Still no Battle with the Best of them. New Year's Pikachu. You can catch, and you'll see this on here. I've got a Raichu already. But this was, I was in a gym battle, I think. Or, yeah, no, in a raid battle. Or some kind of battle, and I was doing it with my Go Plus. So I was trying to take advantage of the thing, and you'll see it's Go Plus right here. It's really low, though, 27. But, yeah, you can catch those in the wild. It says that this one's Battle of the Best of them. Not very good, though. But I'm going to wait until the event, until, you know. And this Stantler has a thing. And then I got the Pikachu with the hat. I think that was last video though, so don't need to go over that. I don't know why the Hypno isn't on here though. Or not Hypno, but I'm sorry, Slow Poke. I don't know why he isn't counted as a costume. Isn't that unusual? Typed in costume and it didn't come up. Yeah, Hypno's not on there. That's so goofy. Snivy is going to be showing up in the wild as a shiny here soon. Before it, they haven't even announced the community day for it, so that's kind of goofy. All right, here's my perfects recently, which I think was just the Finnegan. Oh yeah, and the Pinsir that I purified. And a Darmanitan, which I caught from, I think, a research breakthrough. So that was nice. There's another. These purified ones, man, I got a lot of, let me see here. A lot of perfect and purified. I think I got like 4 of them. No, I got 6 of them. That's nuts. So really, it pays to do the Go Rocket things. I got more of those. I got more perfects from that than I have from Lucky Trades, that's for sure. I'll try to catch this real quick, see if it's a good enough one. What else to go through? Costume. No real great distance ones recently. I need to organize my Pokemon. I got way too many in there. And then we'll go to my Pokédex real quick. No, that's still not good enough to evolve. So yeah. I haven't evolved any of the starters. I haven't evolved anything really, because I'm waiting to get really good ones before I evolve it. And then here's this again. I did not make Runerigus because I only got one Galarian Yamask, and I'm not gonna evolve that one just to. And then this one's no good. Ugh, that makes me angry. And then nothing new that I made other than that. So let me see. New entries. Evolves. One of the community day ones that I had already done. And one over my shinies, my perfects. Oh, let me do the luckies. These are the lucky ones that I've gotten recently, thanks to Sarah mainly. I've also got tags now. All of my regionals are tagged. So that's what this little tag is next to its name, and it says regional there. Yeah. So I should probably evolve this one because I still haven't made that one yet. This one's also a distance one. It's from New South Wales. Yeah. Let's see here. Some of my distance ones. Florida, New Zealand, Japan. There's some recent ones. Oh, yeah, and also on the Pokédex I was going to check and see. Let's check one that we know is not. Yeah, it says Purified there. Let me see. Yeah, this I don't think is out yet either. So all of them have a Purified symbol on here. But, yeah, let's go back to that Raichu again. I think I've gotten. So that's what it looks like, but I don't have one. And that upsets me greatly. Yeah, I've done even one more. I think 114 was on there before. Oh, that was that one that I caught from the Go Plus, the Raichu. That was the hat one. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Sorry this video was so long. I really don't want to do it this way anymore because this just takes too much time. And I know nobody's going to sit through and watch all of this. This is nuts. Maybe I should do an end of year or end of season type video instead, going over all of my perfects, all of my shinies, everything like that. Because some of this vlogging aspect, I mean, I guess some people might appreciate, but nobody's going to sit through all of this. I need to do more focused videos. going into the new year. So thanks for watching, and sorry about the length, and that's what she said. And I will talk at you guys later. Happy hunting out there.